Hi, welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Double Issue.
This is the ASMR episode of Double Issue.
Here's what it sounds like when you go really fast.
That's really gross.
That's just cheeks blown in the wind, man. Welcome to Double Issue. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Quentin.
We don't have stories this week, but we'll have stories next week. And instead we're going to do a part 2 for the Amy world building.
Yeah, because we didn't get our stuff done.
Yeah.
But it's not our fault. There's too much dick news this week.
There was so much.
There's
between Batman and
Toad Trump and Batman. That's all of the ones, I think. So speaking of Nightwing's butts, we didn't get our stories done.
Yeah.
We had rough weeks, so deal with it. Here's another Amy episode. We established a timeline.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah, but we didn't get a whole terribly lot of Amy history because she's been there forever. So maybe we can get some more of that now.
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
So I was trying to think of how to represent her weakness and have it be less vague than you gotta trick her into turning off her powers, basically.
Right.
So I think we might need something. We need something. Maybe that's a weakness for her, but I think we need something more physically manifest. And I do like basically she's finite. She can't be everywhere is a good weakness, and that weighs on her.
Right.
But yeah. But in trying to think of that, I did think a sign that her telekinesis shield is up could be that she kind of glows slightly, since we determined that maybe her powers are sun-given.
Yeah. The sun god planet.
Whatever these things are.
And that would also be fun for art of her, because I'm sure there could be a lot of fun things to be had with how lighting would affect her then.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's got visible signs that her powers are working.
Yeah, and I don't think it has to be intense or anything, but just, yeah, I glow.
Okay. Star facts. There are no green stars. Our sun is a green star.
Her powers don't work on the color green. It's like an inverse Green Lantern.
Such a weird thing.
I think that's not even really a thing now.
Yeah.
I think it was like a mind virus or something is what it turned out. Like just thinking that it doesn't work on yellow or wood means that it doesn't work on yellow or wood.
What if she had another drawback, like, so she can sense the people on the earth?
Yeah.
What if she's got a drawback with something about, like, and we'd mentioned saying, like, maybe if the sun's not hitting somebody that she can't sense them or something.
Yeah, I think you brought that up as a possibility.
I was just gonna say, what if we kind of extrapolated that more? Like, she's not as strong fighting at night or inside or something like that. Would that be better?
I was just the fact that she is immortal and cannot be hurt, it seems.
Right.
Does seem a bit much. Like, even if she's got this, even if she's a little weaker or something, being this powerful and invulnerable seems like it breaks in some ways if there's no way to stop her, or very few ways to stop her, kind of deal.
Right.
I mean, we solved it in the artificial insurrection event by just disappearing her.
Right.
I mean, maybe she had some dumb weakness. Like you didn't want kryptonite, but maybe she did until recently have something like that.
Or what if she wasn't as powerful before, or for the first couple of years she wasn't that powerful, and then she got kind of overpowered for a small bit right before she disappears, and now she does have some, like, really weird weakness.
Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe we just need a really weird weakness.
Dairy.
Yeah. Lactose. Water.
Heights. She can fly. Doesn't matter. She gets kind of woozy.
Radio waves.
Ooh.
She
Sound waves?
she has to go to that no radio zone. What about if she's weak to a rock that only comes from space?
A piece of the sun.
Magic?
Yeah, we could do magic.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like we're getting close to Superman territory again.
Well, what does telekinesis do to her?
Would it just kind of, like, would her telekinesis and it kind of cancel each other out?
Yeah, probably. So when you say get into their mind, can someone like a telepath just get in there and immediately take over, or turn off the switches in her brain?
Maybe it's like her powers take concentration, so she could either do her powers or be concerned about a telepath.
I don't know if I like her like invulnerability taking concentration, because why hasn't she died? Like, just going to sleep seems like it would turn it off the powers.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why the dream episode, Belphegor tried to take her on in her dreams.
Yeah, but I understand, like, inside the mind, that's fine. But while she's dreaming, while Belphegor is dreaming with her, someone could just walk in and stab her?
I mean, I think the idea is she's just either been lucky or is a light sleeper, but someone could still try to get her unaware.
I think I just don't like that. Maybe is my problem.
So I thought we could have good moments where, like, her and somebody else kind of get into an argument and she gets slapped and it, like, actually hurts because it takes her off, like, catches her off guard. But then when she's concentrating on it, it's like, oh, well, she got hit by a bus, but she's fine.
I think I just don't like she's been lucky for so long is my only problem with it. Because I think I'm fine with the concentration, but the concentration combined with she's been around since the beginning of time seems that's like a lot of time.
Yeah. I mean, Batman doesn't even have an invulnerability shield. He's made it just fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's like narrative, just convenience. But he's also been like, he had his back broke.
Right.
I mean, I guess it could just be concentration. I think she definitely needs some regeneration in that case, though.
Yeah.
Because I think that compensates for some of the luck, maybe.
Yeah, I think that would work. She's just been a really good healer for most of the history. And it's just recently that she's gotten the shield, too.
So is she like Wolverine levels of healing?
Maybe slower?
Yeah, but is it Wolverine levels? I think he came back from atomic bomb once.
Maybe, like, there needs to be a good portion of her.
Wolverine has come back from a single drop of blood.
That's just gross.
He did survive the atomic bomb, like in Hiroshima.
He was in Hiroshima when it happened?
Yes. He was a prisoner of the Japanese. He escapes with fellow prisoners and finds solace and love in a local girl. Unfortunately, the girl's hut happened to be in Hiroshima.
Oh, he's got bad luck with that.
So short answer is no. If he were standing directly near the epicenter, his organic materials would be incinerated and destroyed. So is it that level?
I just feel like that's really OP.
Well, she is the most OP character.
Well, yeah, but we're trying to...
Yeah. Well, I think having the mind stuff is good.
Right.
I guess the glowing works with the concentration. It gives you a tell. If she's not glowing, she's not protected.
Right. Or she doesn't have the shield.
Okay. But I feel like she has to have some regeneration or something before.
You know, like before the Citadel?
Yeah. If we're going to make her immortal and have survived.
Right.
I need something. Especially if she hasn't got all her powers before then.
Yeah, so then she just has the very limited.
So pre-Citadel, she's got some kind of enhanced abilities. But nothing crazy, or was it?
Yeah, because I think we were trying. Because I think you didn't want to have any big big alternations to the timeline before the hero universe starts up.
Yeah,
I think just being able to heal faster and live longer would probably be a lot.
Yeah, I just want to give her she could punch hard and run fast or something. Not super.
Yeah,
I think it makes it a little bit less fun if she's completely normal, because she's got to fight Nermal, the normal wizard. So you can get inside her mind. I guess you could sneak up on her.
Yeah.
As long as she's not glowing.
I guess she doesn't have super hearing or anything like that. Like a sonic wave or something would hurt.
Yeah. So the sun god didn't grace her with powers until the Citadel event?
Well, we just talked about the powers not existing really until the Citadel came.
Yeah.
And then she got a lot after that. So maybe that was like as much as the sun god could do at the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's about when global warming started and the sun really stepped up its game.
That's when Amy started just irradiating everybody around her with sun powers.
Pwah, pwah.
Igniting oxygen as she walks around.
So an Amy enemy, greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gases. Gassy greenhouse. Something with this. There's that like the not all the way completely professionally drawn Amy comic about being eco-friendly. Like, go recycle. And I fight coal emissions and greenhouse gas. The enemies.
Oil and natural gas company. Man.
Is there like an anti-sun she can be weak to? What's an anti-sun?
I was going to say the moon?
No, the moon is just the sun again.
Reflecting. Yeah. A black hole?
Black hole, man. Black hole sun.
Ew.
Black hole sun. Won't you come and defeat Amy again?
Vortex.
I typoed vortex and I got vortex. I don't know if that's anything, but vortex.
Oh, I know what that is. That's those stories when you get eaten.
But what if vortex is a suck hero, a suck villain?
Yeah,
I don't know exactly, but there's this there's this storyline where vortex has found a way to transmit. You know that like there's those various viruses that go around, not viruses, kind of glitches that people send each other on like text messaging. Like if you touch this black dot on an iPhone, your system will crash. Like have you seen those? Like different.
That's just his power.
Like sending someone, but like sending someone a certain string in Arabic causes their phone to just reset.
Oh, right.
Like there's various different of those. But this one is Vortex has found a way to send one of those where you touch it and you get sucked in. Your phone turns into a vortex. He found a way to text his powers, and that is going around for a storyline. The vortex.
People just keep getting lost in the vortex dimension.
Yeah. I don't know what happens when... Let's figure out vortex for a second. So the suck villain just suck you up.
He just likes having friends.
You suck him to like a extra dimension.
Yeah. It's just an empty suckverse.
So whenever they suck them in the vortex, they join the cast of the Extra Dimension, that podcast. Ian R. Buck, when did Vortex get you?
Vortex was a tech reviewer, and while reviewing a new phone update, he got sucked in himself.
No, I think Vortex predates the Vortex, but it just meant, do they go like maybe it's just kind of like feeding on people's years, like their life energy. Oh. So they just go to a weird non-spatial dimension. It just sucks them on in. Kind of like Full Metal Alchemist, Gluttony.
Yeah.
Just sucks them on in.
Oh, so it's just into his phone only?
That's just a single storyline. That's how he's transmitting his power is through phones. And they get sucked into his vortex dimension.
Gotcha.
Vortex, not the text. Vortex is just a regular old villain that, I don't know, sucks people into something. Into portals or something.
What if he punches vortexes? Like little black holes.
I mean, that's fine.
So yeah. Like, he just punches them out there.
What does that look like?
It looks like little like tornadoes that come out of his fist that suck stuff in.
What if they have like a roaming black hole on their body? They can punch it out. they can punch it out, but it's just the one.
Ew.
It can't ever be too far from them, and otherwise it's just on their body. Like roaming around is like just this whole sucking.
Is it kind of like the Spot from Spider-Man? It's like a superhero or supervillain that can go through black holes to do stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I imagine just a singular one and more black holy, like sucking.
Yeah, not just all over.
Yeah, like this is a curse, this black hole. It's hungry. I imagine this is more one suck, not like a portal.
Right, so just one black hole in general in his body.
And it's to suck people in. And he can like expel it for a bit with a punch, like you said.
Okay. All checks out.
Yeah. And they figured out at some point how to send that black hole through a text message. So people are just getting, people open this text message. It's kind of like a Ring video. They open this text message and get sucked into their phone.
Okay. So that's just one plot line from Vortex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is black hole sun a thing?
It's a son of Vortex.
Two people were in the extra dimension. That's what we're gonna call it. The black hole leads to the extra dimension, and while you're in there, your life force is being slowly drained by the black hole / vortex.
Okay. To feed Vortex?
Yeah, I think it's to feed Vortex, but also to, like, Vortex is cursed by having this black hole on them. They would rather just live a normal life. But instead, they have this black hole, and putting things inside the black hole feeds the black hole, and also, like, since Vortex is linked to it, they feed Vortex. Vortex has to feed.
Gotcha.
But it is more for the black hole. Like, if you got a tapeworm, you want to eat, but you're eating because the tapeworm is taking it all.
Okay. And so eating the whole sun would be a pretty good boost.
That would kill everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why everyone does not like this guy.
Yeah, that could be fun. What if they went to, like, an alternate universe? Ada-san became satiated.
Oh.
And then they have sun powers.
Oh.
Like, the energy is so much that Vortex is now, the black hole of Vortex is now feeding on it for a long time. And also there's excess powers so Vortex becomes a good guy for a bit, called Black Hole Sun.
Oh.
So Vortex becomes a good guy called Black Hole Sun. And Amy is like, you can't be a good person. Like, what's going on here? She doesn't know that they ate a son of a different dimension. Or maybe different dimension or way out in space. Which one sounds better?
I mean, just way out in space. I mean, there's got to be plenty of other suns.
Went out to space, ate a bunch of stars. Yum. Awful. So they become Black Hole Sun. They get a makeover. They act as a hero for a while. And Amy Dangerous is like, you ain't a good guy. I got my eye on you. But they seem to keep doing good things. But every once in a while, they have to run off and eat a new sun.
So it's kind of like when Galactus went good for a while, but instead of being totally good, they still go out and eat a sun.
Yeah, and Amy finds out they're eating suns and maybe, like, kill the whole solar system of aliens in their gluttony. And then also, yeah, the end instead of also.
Oh, okay.
So Black Hole Sun is a good guy version of Vortex. Oh, we got a lot about Vortex. This is Vortex episode.
Vortex world building episode.
When did Vortex become cursed with this? Well, it was probably when he tripped and fell into Amy's well.
Well, how does he get Vortex powers from a sun well?
I don't know what's up with that well.
Do we need to talk about the well?
Do you want to talk about the well?
It could be a thing.
I think it's fine just where it is right now.
Just with a question mark?
Yeah, it can become a thing. It's there. Maybe it's a different Amy from the multiverse.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different thing. Maybe it's not where she gets her powers, but some other thing. It's where she got that small amount of powers before she got the full thing. She found this power well. But actually it was some, like, cursed water. And the only reason she survived the cursed water was because of her regeneration.
So wait, then it didn't give her powers?
It gave her powers, but only because she can regenerate.
Oh, so which powers does it give her?
I don't know. Different powers? It'd have to be different powers if it was a different thing, right?
Is this another situation where the comic book meta universe is like, she's getting too powerful, we should reel her back? What's her original 1950s background? What's this Power Well storyline?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the Power Well or just leave it?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure out how it fits in.
I don't know. What do we know about it?
Nothing, since we keep going back and forth on it.
It's just a well in the middle of the desert.
Right.
That you can pull up a bucket on it, and it has some water in it, and it gives powers. That's a big question mark. And it's bottomless. And it's guarded by, like, an elephant spider thing.
Oh yeah, that was the elephant spider thing. I saw the picture of Elephant Spider-Man, and I couldn't remember why we had that. What if it's something like... Did you ever read Dune?
I once fell asleep during the David Lynch movie version.
Okay, so no. So there's this part in Dune where the Chosen One could or had to prove themselves by drinking a known poison. And if their body and mind were able to survive without like interfering, then they were for sure the Chosen One. So maybe this is something similar where it's like, or maybe even like Dragon Age Origins where they're like, you gotta drink this junk to become superpower. And if you're not good enough, you don't survive it. So maybe it's like a test?
Yeah. Do we want to say this is pre-Citadel Amy powers, or this was always Amy's powers delivered by the sun through this method, or...
What if this is how she gets her original powers?
So, like, the beginning of time, there's an endless desert.
Yeah.
And she's walking, and maybe she'll die, but she drinks of this water.
Yeah.
And that gives her regeneration.
Right.
And mind powers, though she can't. They're not strong, and she doesn't know how to utilize them yet.
And then whenever the Citadel comes into play, that makes like a way for the sun god to like communicate with her or like start giving her powers and stuff.
What if she has all of the powers at the beginning and they're just very, very weak? Some of them almost to a point where it doesn't seem like, she can't fly.
Right.
But she has that ability to fly. It's just so weak that it cannot be.
Right.
And then something about the Citadel rupturing the multiverse allows the sun to speak through the well powers. Something. I don't know. Okay.
I was going to say, if she's got this well that she gets some power from, does that mean there can be other people with her same powers?
No. It's one at a time.
Okay. So like a Buffy Slayer.
Yes.
Scenario. Okay.
The first person gets it, and she was the first person ever.
Well, then she's also the last? Like if she doesn't die?
Yeah, I think you covered that. She can die, we've said.
Right.
If she lets her guard down, I guess. But she drinks the water, gets the glow.
Yeah. Does she have to go back there to like charge back up or
that's
something?
What I'm wondering. Like, what if it's something once every 50 years or something? Something like, that's a pretty long time. But she has to do it a lot, basically.
Right.
Do you think it's a place that actually exists, or is it like you walk long enough to see a mirage and then you fall into one? Once you've been under the sun's beating gaze for long enough?
Yeah, maybe it's something like that, like an alternate little sub-pocket universe where it's just always sunny. You can only drink the water whenever the light is showing down the bottom.
And that happens once every...
50 years?
I don't know. I was throwing it to you to give me a number. Century?
50 years?
50 years is fine. Once every year. The Amy Dangerous annual is always this dumb well crap. Man, I hate these annuals. It's just this journey to this well and she drinks and...
It's just that really simple, like, one page for traveling there and drinking from it. But each page is a different style because it's every single time she's gone.
There's some sort of guardian there that she's friends with now?
I mean, I guess.
I imagine if she's on the sun side.
Right.
But she had to fight it that one time that it was sand because it had been corrupted. Yeah, this seems like a weird thing.
Yeah. What happens if you climb down the well and on the other side of the well is like Vortex World? She's been the other side of the coin the whole time.
Yeah. Well, there's no other side because it's infinite, except light shines up it sometimes, once every 50 years to bless the bucket. I imagine she goes and there's this well and she's waiting for she's holding the bucket over the water. Do you think it's a clear bucket just for the light to be able to hit it?
Ooh, a mirror bucket.
A mirror?
Yeah, it's like a chrome bucket.
So the sunlight reflects off of it?
Yeah.
I just thought of like the sun shining through it would be cool.
Yeah.
But whatever it does, whether it glints off of it or through it, the light shines up from the bottom of the well. And it's like, bing! It's okay to drink now. But as Amy has pulled up the bucket and is waiting for the thing to ding, the guardian, the elephant spider thing, the guardian slowly becomes uneasy with her because the power is fading. Like there's a moment where Amy could not have the power. So the guardian is slowly like, oh no, is this person good? I gotta attack this person? Like if she didn't have the water power. I guess sun power. Whoops. Well, that's all canon now. In a way, it wasn't last episode.
I think Powerwell has earned me backspacing this question mark.
Yeah. So that actually answers quite a bit more about Amy.
Yeah.
Want to tackle another weird mystery? Let's tackle that polished chrome egg.
Oh, yeah. Since we talked about her having, like, surviving the end of the universe kind of stuff, I thought it could just be like a spaceship, like a cradle time spaceship thing. Or it could just be a trophy from one of her adventures.
Yeah. The giant chrome dino.
Yeah. Robo Dino.
I was going to say, what are you more in love with?
Kind of think it'd be neat if it was something to do with her past. But now that we got Powerwell, I don't know if we need polished chrome egg.
The polished chrome egg is just a small portal to the well directly.
Oh.
And then it's a contraption on top of it. I think in the first part we said something about the well running out of water. And
it's a plot line.
Well, like her power level had to do with the amount of water in the well, not with. It was very different from the finished product, but yeah. So the polished chrome egg is like a portal, and also at the other side, it's a spider-like device that brings up the water, and it brings up a small amount that gets blessed, 1/50th of the percent once a year. And then the polished chrome egg, you open it, and it just sprays Amy in the face with some spritzed water straight from the well.
Whoa. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know about all that. That's a lot to take in.
So maybe it's something she's found since being on Earth then?
Yeah, that would work. Is it maybe her giant copper penny for her?
Oh, I guess it could be. What if it's there's a space dinosaur that crashed on Earth and it ages backwards, and it's the chrome egg was its final state or beginning state. Anytime you say polished chrome egg, it does make me think of space.
Yeah.
So how was it exactly described in your story? Do you remember?
Her apartment was quiet, except for the ticking of an antique mantel clock. It was lit in gray-purple rays streaming in between the blinds and the wall. The room was sparse, except for a short bookcase filled with leather-bound journals, a dresser, the bed, and a polished chrome egg, the size of an armchair.
So it's pretty big. So that fits the space dinosaur Benjamin Button theory. No, but
It could be something from when she was missing.
Yeah. What if it's just a mystery now? Like, I know we were trying to dig into it, but what if she gets back and there's just an egg there?
Oh.
In her apartment or house or whatever she has.
What if it's a star egg?
Is that like it's got prizes inside and chocolates?
Yeah. It's like a Kinder egg.
So star egg, expand on that.
It's a star's egg.
Oh.
So she's just keeping like an eye on it before it turns into a star.
Okay. I like it.
It's just, it's someday going to be a red dwarf.
What is a baby star called? Starbirth. Here we go. I just want to know, like, is it called, like, different names have, like, different, like, red giant, all that stuff, nova. Like, I was wondering if there was a specific name for when a star is a baby. Stellar seeds, known as protostars. As clouds collapse, they start to rotate, and like a spinning skater pulling in her arms, each of these seed protostars begin to spin faster. The more it collapses, the material falling towards the protostar flattens out into a rotating disk of dust and gas encircling the central core.
Brutal.
So is it like a baby of the god?
Yeah, maybe.
Bloop.
Just like, hey, you gotta take care of that. She's gotta go find a place to drop it off at.
Yeah. Maybe that's why she leaves for the absence. It wasn't planned. Obviously wasn't planned for her to be gone as long. But she has recently gone to the well. Or maybe we don't want that. But anyways, some way the sun god communicates with her and delivers the egg and says, "Can you find a place for my child?" And she goes out with the chrome egg, and then cut to black. We don't know where Amy is. And then Amy gets back to her apartment, and once she first gets back after the whole thing, the chrome egg is still in her place.
Oh, Like,
since you described it being there, like, so
right.
before the absence, she goes to do it, and then it's still there. So her mission didn't happen, or did, but there's still an egg. I mean, it can be a thread to be brought up later, or it can be not that.
Yeah, maybe she's had it for a while, and maybe the absence is unrelated. She's just had this star egg to take care of for a little bit.
Yeah. But did she get it before and then just not take care of it, or?
Well, maybe while she was out, she looked for places to take it. So maybe she's still working on it. Because we keep leading up to, like, her absence was more, I don't know, tragic or serious.
Yeah. I wasn't saying, like, she was looking for an egg thing the whole time. I was saying she went out to look for a home for the egg. And then something happened. But in the end, she didn't, something happened, like the egg got back to Earth or something. She did not until later, was my suggestion, but can also not be that.
I don't know. I'm still trying to think on that. Do you have any other thoughts about what it could be, or?
I don't know. I like it being from space.
Right.
I like her having like some relationship to it more than it's a thing.
Right.
And I like it being more than just a trophy. Like maybe she befriended some alien and this is their child or something, and then this egg still hasn't hatched after, like a long time or something.
Right.
But it's still just there, or maybe not even like biologically related, but just they take care of this for me kind of deal. And I don't know what the purpose is. Maybe it's space drugs that someone else wanted her to smuggle. You know what? Han Solo could have done more smuggling in that movie, I think.
He did a fair amount of smuggling.
He could have done more.
What if it's like a AI or a star baby, but she's just like supposed to teach it stuff, and it's just learning by being on the planet, psychic stuff.
Here, take this with you. This is a gift from my culture. And it's just like a psychic leech seed. It's absorbing all of humanity and will one day hatch and be monstrous.
She's got to teach it to be good, so that then when it hatches, it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, that seems kind of fun.
But it can still be like a character, like they still talk and
psychic conversations with it. I think I'm gonna be bad when I hatch. No, psychic like ancient space baby, don't.
That way it's like a roommate instead of just an egg.
That sounds fun.
When she has like friends over, the egg menacingly like floats around them.
Oh, it floats.
Sure.
And then they take dry erase markers and draw faces on it. Okay, yeah. Ka-chink. Got that one. Now, this antique clock, was that important? Was it when she fought Clockmaster?
I think it's just an old clock that she's had for a while.
What about the antiquer? They just make things old, but not too old. Just like old enough to be like, that's pretty valuable now.
So it's a brand new clock.
That the antiquer used an antique ray on.
Okay. I mean, that seems to work out.
That's a trophy.
I do think the journals are just her diaries, but she's had a lot of them.
Yeah. It's not some, like, Journal Man trophy.
Yeah, no, like just
this is from every time I defeated Journal Man and he dropped another journal.
Every time he killed a hero, they became a journal that just talked about their life.
I think we got a lot of the big ones now.
Yeah.
That were mysteries before we started. The first one that we didn't get to last week.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you want to cover?
I don't know. If we were done with deep lore stuff, we could just make up some more villains or storylines or stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to do some storylines?
There was that time that the polished chrome egg got a hosting a talk show. Oh, he's writing it down.
I think we need a name for the psychic chrome egg. I've decided this now. Because after having to type it again, Egbert?
Egbert seems to rote. Chrome bone.
Scrambler.
I like that they're a roommate, but I think they're also a supervillain occasionally. Like, they get out and they have someone build them like a mech suit. So it's just the chrome egg in the middle. And it's just, I can walk around now. I'm going to be bad. No, Eggy, no.
In that case, what about a fitting name like Francis?
I don't know. Do you think it needs like an alien name? Or is it like a nickname that... Because if it's a nickname, it's going to be something like cheesy.
Yeah. I mean, I think their real name would be hard to say. Because it's, like alien psychic message word.
Then it can be whatever, basically.
Maybe it should be something that's like a non-gendered name.
Zygote.
Like, yeah. Or Casey or Alex. Something that people would be confused by if he said the name with no context. Yeah. Maybe it's just, that's my roommate.
What about just the egg? Egg!
Egg, are you leaving psychic trash around the apartment again?
Egg gets a TV show. But Egg can't talk. So it's like Hypnotoad.
People just watching the egg vibrate.
Or it can beam thoughts, but there's not, like, TV can't pick up beaming thoughts. So the egg just is floating there, and it's like a talk show, so it's asking questions, and people are responding and talking, but the show that gets sent out, and this is probably why the show got canceled, the show that gets sent out is just close-up of egg, close-up of celebrity going, yeah, my next project is blah, blah, blah. We could show a clip, and then it cuts to the egg, and then it shows the clip, and then it cuts to the egg, and then the clip goes, yeah, I did get really into that role. Just cutting back and forth between a silent silver floating egg and someone answering questions without the questions. It's basically Garfield without Garfield.
Maybe Egg's, acting out while Amy's gone.
Yeah, that could be Egg's time to shine. Literally, they hire someone to shine their egg.
Hi, this is Amy. Gonna be out of town for a couple of months. Do you mind dropping off anything with a strong emotional connection for Egg to feed off of? They get a little antsy if you don't. And by antsy, I mean turn pure evil and try to consume the world. Okay, bye.
Yeah. What other things we got? Want some more villains?
Sure. I had one idea for a villain.
Do it to me. Okay. Do the villain to me.
Ooh. I don't know if I feel comfortable with doing the villain to you. Everybody doing the villain to me tonight.
Not to someone else, to me.
Blood Guzzler. While writing Avalanche, I had this character name of just terrible name, Blood Guzzler. And I had the idea that it's a character who has regeneration powers. And in their mind is Amy's biggest nemesis. But anytime Blood Guzzler ever shows up in a show or an episode, they just get accidentally killed off. And they just keep showing back up every once in a while. So
they regenerate all the way from death?
Yeah. And theirs is a super regen.
Okay.
But just anytime they're talking to people and they're like, and which hero do you fight again? Oh, I fight Amy Dangerous. Do you? What, big heist have you pulled off? Oh, I haven't pulled off any heist yet, but I'm working to it.
I thought I had stolen her chrome egg once, but it turns out you open the door and that thing just walks out.
Oh, that just reminded me that in Duck Universe, we need to have polished chrome egg, but with 2 duck feet sticking out of it. Like the Garfield and Friends show. Okay,
what about a League of Assassins, but different than the Batman one?
Okay.
This is just a jumping off point, I guess. What if it's the Bureau of Assassins? Assassin bureaucracy. Well, now I'm imagining an office building full of pencil pushers. How do we make them assassin?
Yeah.
It's not like they're all secretly assassins. There's just a lot of boring paperwork in assassinating people.
What if just every single accountant is a highly trained assassin?
In the world?
Well, just in this bureau. So they're just you got a job to do. And they sigh and put their pen cap back on and just go to the site and just do some crazy assassin work and fill out a ticket and leave it with the body you have been served. Assassination. It's all business to them.
Put a pin in that one. I've got another avenue of what if they're the assassins need certain circumstances to occur and they're the organizers of that stuff. They'll need a garbage truck to jump into at the last moment off the bridge. Okay, let's go back to yours.
So, I guess sort of Kingsman, but for assassination.
I haven't seen Kingsman. Have you seen Kingsman?
Oh, I have.
You finally watched it? I feel like we need a fresh take on it. The boringness of the one you proposed is interesting.
Yeah. Like, you think it's going to be really exciting with lots of car chases and super weapons, but it's mostly just paperwork and another case of the Monday murders.
Yeah. Yeah. How do they tie into Amy? Someone's got a contract on Amy and they can't crack the case.
Yeah, she's the one that's gotten away.
It's the outstanding file.
They just have like hundreds of millions of requests for assassination.
I mean, they're still trying to fill the first one.
Yeah. So they just have like an entire department that's dedicated to trying to figure out how to assassinate Amy.
Yeah, it's like the Amy Dangerous Planning wing. They're just trying to come up with ways. And maybe this is more the thing I was thinking of, is they're trying to like, maybe we could do it like an accident, like try to figure out the perfect time, like to have orchestrate a thing happen that'll just catch her off guard. We have to outthink it so she doesn't think of it first before it gets her.
Right.
And then there's like, the people in there like, I'll just do an old-fashioned attempt at it. So she's just constantly, or not constantly, but occasionally besieged by assassins trying to get her. And it's just the Bureau of Assassins.
I can't remember if we did something with this, but like the auditors or advocates.
What would you have in mind for the auditors? I don't think we've done them.
I thought something like they watch for people that are out of sync with like their time or space or reality, and they just try to keep things contained in the universe the right way. And so to them, Amy's just kind of out of step with things. So it's kind of another kind of businessy, but group of people are like, I'm sorry, you're just too powerful. You're out of the bounds of what you're supposed to do for your reality. We just gotta, take this one to the top.
I can imagine there's like periods of time where she's spoken with like whoever's in charge at the time, and just they've worked out an arrangement like, we can't keep doing this. But then after a period of peace, they're coming after her again because the other person, retired. There's someone new in charge. So just like a sort of time agency almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe she's been on, like, has a support ticket that they gave her several hundred years ago, and they're still, like, working her case. She has a caseworker. I still don't understand why all this is.
But they
for.
can't, like, transport her because her timeline is filled with being transplanted.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't understand, but they keep butting heads with her.
Yeah, I think that works.
Just like one more thing and then covers?
Yeah. Dr. Robotnut.
Veto. I usually cut it out of the episode, everyone, but Daniel and I each get one veto in every single week. I cut it out and I'm not cutting it out anymore. Daniel always suggests Dr. Robotnut, and every time I have to use my veto on that same thing. I wish I could veto I wish the veto. You try to shoehorn it in some of the story episodes. I'm like, there's a mysterious figure in my story, and you go, you know what? I think this mysterious figure is Dr. Robotnut. And I'm just, Daniel. You would think maybe the veto would apply for all future references of the same idea, but that's not.
It's not Dr. Robotnut. He's wearing a mustache, which obviously makes him a different character.
Yeah, he always tries to pull that. So there goes my one veto.
Mrs. Robotnut. It's different.
Falls under my veto. Not enough time has elapsed.
Dracula
2000.
Dr. Alucard.
Aluca Road. It's Dracula, but it's a street backwards.
Oh. A mask that takes over your body. Makes you do crazy things.
Isn't that Jim Carrey movie?
No, this is completely different. It's a green mask, and it makes your whole head green.
Are you sure it's not Bruce Almighty?
Yeah, no. When you're wearing it, you're on a TV show where everyone is watching you in the world.
The cable guy.
That's all big. That's it. That's the one.
Let's do this one. Let's both think of a word, and then we'll combine them.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Robotnut. Rocket Robotnut.
New and unique character.
Okay, I'll think of a real word. Okay, I got one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Claw.
Saber.
Saber claw.
There we go.
Okay.
Saber claw.
Oh man, I almost picked infinite. Can you imagine infinite saber? The
That's her superpower form. Like
The person that draws their sword forever.
no, it's like a those shapes that keep having the same shape repeating over and over again.
Fractal?
It's that, but it's a fractal of swords. So Saberclaw just have claws that are the length of sabers.
They're Edward Scissorhands, but with sabers.
Sabers. Timothy Saberhands.
Do you think it's like an animal that's been genetically modified? Or I guess like not genetically modified, androidified. Cyborged?
Is that
The mechanical version
What?
of genetically modified. Modified?
enhanced?
I don't know, would you call it replacing a like tiger's claws with swords enhanced?
Augmentation?
I don't know. Robotified. Robot nutted.
Nutted. Or it's like a space pirate lady.
Yeah.
She's just got a lot of swords.
Just the name is Saberclaw.
Yeah.
Captain Saberclaw. And when you say space pirate, do you mean like a pirate ship that is piloted through space? Or do you mean like a spaceship and they're pirates? Because I like the space, like actual pirates in space with the open deck and everything.
I've got a comic I need to find more of that is exactly that.
Okay, yeah.
And they just have like a shield bubble they put around their ship to keep the air in. But it just seemed really unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I like the looks of it.
I mean, the shield bubble can even be implied. Like, of course. How else are they going to breathe? Don't worry about it. And if you don't mind, I will use Infinite Saber for something at some point.
Do it.
I'm going to. Are we on comic book covers now?
I think so. What you got?
I got just a egg. My first thought was with reflections of people around it. Like you can see, you're just looking at the egg, but you can see in the surface reflection of Amy or something. And maybe Amy fighting someone, I don't know, to show the duality of good and evil and whatever. Or a very shiny actual comic book cover that the reflection is you, like the person holding the comic, to show that everyone influences the psychic egg.
Oh, what if that's it? What if egg's a test for the Earth? We'll find out later.
Yeah. In Eggpocalypse Now.
What about it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts is in big red letters. And it's Amy signing a whole bunch of paperwork. And it's a bunch of the Bureau of Assassin nerds. And like one of them's pushing up his glasses so it looks really evil.
Like the anime glasses push.
Yeah.
Glenn. Like just a calendar and then like a big red circle on one of the days. And it's like, don't forget Power Well. This is real important. Maybe 50 years is too much.
Yeah. Maybe like almost weekly or monthly.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I mean, she can fly, so she could probably get there pretty quick.
I just wonder in ancient times. Maybe it's increasing in frequency, and that's before the 3-year absence.
What if she starts getting like older if she doesn't go?
More words. Sorry.
So it's like she uses up powers or her energy to do powers, and she's just been using them a lot more since she's been doing more stuff. And so like as her powers start to like wane, she just starts to look a little older. So maybe then it's not on like a tight schedule, but it's like when she needs to go back.
Yeah. So in the ancient times, it could be a lot of time in between.
Yeah. But now that she's using it for flight and everything else.
That sounds good. So after a particularly bad battle, she has to go.
Get dunked.
Well, then now my calendar thing doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, she could still have a date to go. What about a calendar, or not a calendar, a comic cover where she's fallen in the well?
Okay. How is that illustrated? Like I just can't, like what moment is depicted, I guess, you know?
So like a shadowy figure is like just gotten done pushing her, and we're seeing it from kind of an angle up. So we can see her like with her arm up like, you betrayed me.
Okay, cool.
It's just Lassie kicking her, and she's like up in the air cartoonishly. Little help sign.
Don't look down. Find a giant fish with legs down a city street. And I'm talking like a fish, like a classical fish, not like, you know, regular fish shape, like long, about bust size. And the legs are like 4 legs coming out of either side. Kind of like maybe if I Google bus with legs. Nope, this is bad. Don't Google bus with legs and go to the image search. It's just people taking creep shots of people's legs on the buses.
Oh, yep. That's dumb.
Bus with man legs, though. Nope, that gets me a couple that I'm looking for. Like sprouting out the side and going down kind of deal.
Okay.
And 4 of them, not like 2. They're not upright, the fish. The fish remains in regular fish orientation. And what is the moment on the comic book cover? Oh, maybe it's like a bunch of people waiting for the bus, but there's just a fish there instead of the bus.
Oh.
Since it's bus-sized.
I think there should be a comic cover where Amy Dangerous is fighting the band fish on a city street.
With legs?
Yeah. She's got like mannequin legs, and she's like throwing them at them. I do want a cover where she's just punching Dracula.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Just a super stereotypical Dracula.
And I want one where she's punching the street. Aluka Road is the sign name. What about a person that is like a candle man? A man that's like a candle?
A mandel?
Like candle man. Just imagine like a candle if they were a man. Just imagine that. And the Amy blowing out on the top, like about to blow a big breath on their head where the candle, the lit wick is, and it's like lights out for Candle Man.
I don't know. Is that like a snuff film?
Yeah, that's right. It's a part of the John Wick universe. You got any more? Please don't let us end on Candle Man.
I'll get something here.
Not Dr. Robotnut. Stop typing that.
I'm gonna type it just a few more times. What about there's like this giant tentacle monster and Amy's tied up its tentacles and she's getting ready to like throw it into space.
Okay. But then the episode is about like the cruelty to space monsters.
Yeah. Because then another space monster with a giant bat just hits it right back to Earth.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it's bad. What about a whole series of comic covers that are just remakes of famous anime pictures, unrelated to the content?
Just like Amy Dangerous got like a weird, gross arm and she's screaming, Tetsuo!
Yeah. It's from weird time in the 90s. So like there's a red motorbike and Hildy's walking off of it.
And
towards like Amy, it's all gross.
So one more good one. What about one with like Blood Guzzler standing over a defeated dead Amy appearingly on the cover? And it's just completely misleading because that doesn't happen. But it's a good cover, isn't it?
In the background, Amy's floating there. What about it's Amy and she's like from behind and her cape's kind of flowing in the wind and she's like floating up above the city. And the sky is just dotted with lots and lots of other flying people. So just like hundreds and hundreds of other flying people in front of them.
Yeah.
Amy holding a rocket and she's just flying with it.
She's just flying with it?
Yeah, she's like carrying it over her head.
Okay.
Yeah. Santa's sleigh, but she's like carrying it. And there's a bunch of like bandaged up reindeer in the sled. She's like, "Don't worry, Santa, I got you."
That sounds pretty good. Next.
I don't know. I may actually be getting tapped.
Okay, so back in one of our villains episode, we mentioned Pumpkin Rapper.
Right.
And got an email from GameStop that was like, hey, we're coming up with new Funko Pops, the thing I don't really care about. But then they said, you might be interested in, specifically you, Quentin, there's going to be a Pumpkin Rapper.
Which is pretty amazing.
So since we had just talked about it, I pre-ordered it. And it just came in recently. This Pumpkin Rapper Funco Pop. But when I was at the store, they went all Funko Pops, buy 3, get 1 free. And since I had already paid off the pre-order, I was like, well, it's basically buy 2, get 1 free to current Quentin. And then I went, surely there's some Funko Pops I like. Thinking, Funko Pops are for everything. Surely there's one over there that sparks my interest, even though I'm not really into Funko Pops. There wasn't really anything I was into. Like, there are things I was into. Like, they had some Star Wars ones, but I don't care about most of the Star Wars character, and it's enough to have a Funko Pop of them. And that seems to be true about most things. I just don't care about most things in order, like, my Funko Pop threshold is pretty low, or pretty high.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whichever way. It has to be Pumpkin Rapper for me to care about it. So I bought 2 more Pumpkin Rappers and a Goldar. And I plan to give a Goldar and a Pumpkin Rapper to Daniel, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a Pumpkin Rapper. But that means there's 1 Pumpkin Rapper left over.
Which means we can do a giveaway.
Yeah. Email a story, a fan fiction story to doubleissueshow@gmail.com. And I say you can have your story read. I guess if you don't want it read, that's also a thing we could do. We don't have to, I guess. Or do we want to make...
It still becomes canon, so...
even if you don't want it read...
We just keep referring to it.
It becomes canon, but... I don't know. I would encourage everyone of any... I don't know if we would judge it on writing skills or anything.
Yeah.
Just come up with a story with some characters, shoehorn in your own self as a character. Just have fun with it, and we'll pick a winner and send you a Pumpkin Rapper Funco Pop and maybe a double issue sticker and button.
No purchase required. Void were prohibited.
Yeah.
All that other good stuff.
Yeah. You can mail in for your 1 game piece for a chance to win, so it's not a lottery.
Yeah. You'll get a Monopoly piece, a double-issued Monopoly piece.
Yeah. I encourage anyone of any, like, even if you don't think you have a fun story, just do it anyways. Just everyone. Send in your stories. Have fun with it. It could be serious. It could be silly. It could be cool. It could be whatever. I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we're wrapping up now.
We're pumpkin wrapping it up.
But, yeah, you can email us other things also at doubleissueshow@gmail.com.
Yeah. Send us fan art, fan songs.
Post them in the Discord
for
the other fans. So you can find Daniel at Guare.
Where?
Guare.
Yeah, that's
You can find me at Quentin Pongratz. I've been posting pictures of bugs.
And hopefully not ones coming out of people's ears.
You can find it. Find us at Double Issue Show on Twitter.
Yeah. And on Facebook, facebook.com/doubleissue.
Yep.
You can find us on our WordPress, doubleissueshow.wordpress.com.
Yeah, and there's Instagram. And I guess my internet's just going to keep dying, so let's wrap it up.
Okay.
We already said all the
we're going to do Avalanche next week for stories. Yeah. Our theme song was Free Harmonics by the Free Harmonics Orchestra, used under the Creative Commons license.
Logo art is Lisa Prather did it. And that's lisapratherart.com on Instagram.
Yeah.
Lisa Prather Art.
Oh yeah, this week I wanted to shill for a website called voterhero.com. They have like resources for getting vote registered. And then you can make a little avatar for yourself that's a voter. It's way cuter than it sounds.
A little vote emoji.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, people.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
For now. Okay, and yeah, it didn't cut out. We discussed this in the episode, but it didn't cut out as cleanly. So the deadline for the giveaway is October 24th. So that gives you basically a full month before then to get something up. And I don't know why we didn't think of it during, but maybe do a wrap, a double issue wrap. Just whatever you do. Make sure to add a little nugget in there that if we make it canon is fun to deal with. So do a new character or add a new twist to an old character. That'd be fun for us to have to make something canon that someone else did. But yeah, have fun with it, and we hope to read some stuff. Oh, Gail Simone, a comic book writer on Twitter, posted a picture once. It was like a Frito chip. And like, look, it's Nightwing. And everyone was like, that doesn't look like the Nightwing symbol. And like, it was just kind of confusing unless you knew Nightwing's butt. It looked like Nightwing's butt.
Gonna look this up here.
I think if you go to twitter.com/Gail Simone, I don't know if that's her Twitter name. Yep. It's her banner picture.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Because just typing in Gail Simone Nightwing butt did not bring it up immediately.
Just go to twitter.com/Gail Simone. And then maybe if you search.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it's very blown up there. But his name is Dick, but everybody talks about his booty. Chip Grayson. I thought it was a Power Girl chip.
It's the view window chip.
Looks more like a butt. I feel like you might be missing something here. I didn't read much Nightwing, so I looked up some pictures. Damn, dude has a nice corn chip rear.
That seems corny.
That chip, though.